All right, well, let's get started. I'm going to go in with the Glorious Primer, and this is their packaging. It's kind of a pretty normal, bland packaging, just black with some like decorative design on it, which is like their unique design all over the box. It's pretty simple. It does have on the back all of your directions and ingredients. So I'm just going to it says to put a pea-size amount on your finger, so I'm just going to do a pea-size amount, just like that. I'm going to apply it all over my face. I don't mind this primer, but it's definitely not my favorite. Like, already it feels like it's gone. It hasn't even like really got my forehead or anything, so I'm going to use a little bit more. Another pea-size amount. Pea-size is like a weird thing to say, you know, just doesn't seem like a lot. I mean, I know that you're not supposed to use a whole lot, but still. Okay, that's all rubbed in, and they say it's best to let it sit for a few minutes, let it really absorb into your skin. So I'm going to talk about a different primer that I've used that I really like, which is the Bare Minerals Prime Time. I don't know if you can see that very well or not, but I've been using this for a while, and it gives me a really nice overall like coverage, and I don't need a lot, and it has a real soft feel to it. This one doesn't really give me that type of feeling, so I definitely prefer the Bare Minerals over this. I mean, they're both good and they're both nice, but I don't know, I just kind of prefer the one over the other. While I'm waiting, I'm going to get out two of their different foundations. They have a foundation, they actually have 3 foundations, but I only have 2 right now. It's their new loose powder, and this is in the shade Tweed. They just came out with a bunch of new shades and stuff. Comes like this, comes like with a little lock, and then you have your powder, which is nice, so you don't have to worry about losing all the extra powder. And then they also have, digging in my bag here, they also have a liquid foundation. Where is it? Where are you? Come to me. I've got to find it. There it is. Comes like this. It says Touch, Mineral Touch, and it comes in like a glass jar like this, which I haven't used in quite a while, so that's why it looks like it's separating. So I mean, we'll mix it. This is in the shade Chiffon, which is like pretty medium to dark. It's not mixing very well, so I'm mixing this up. They say to mix it for a good couple minutes to make sure it's all formed together, and then you also have to, once you mix it a little bit, go in with the dopper and extrude everything out of the little turkey baster looking thing, and then you got to put it back in, shake it again. I also bought the brush that goes to this. Where is it at? Gotta find it. Hold on a second. Come to me, brush. Oh no. But anyways, I bought the brush that comes with it, but I know that people have used beauty blenders and everything else with it. It just depends on your preference, I guess. Where are you? Lord, I need to put a beeper on this thing. Where the hell did it go? There she is. Okay. This is their brush from their company, which is the liquid foundation brush. You can see that. Focus, focus. There we go. And this is retailed for, I think, $32. So you can get kind of like off-brand ones at like Walmart and stuff if you don't want to invest in something like this. I mean, I think it works better than a beauty blender because a beauty blender seems to absorb it a lot more because I've tried it that way and I've tried it this way. But I'm going to do half of my face with this Mineral Touch, and then the other half I'm going to do with the loose powder so you can kind of see the difference in coverage. So what they say to do is you take a few dots on your brush. I'm going to do 5, which I think might be a lot. Put this down so I don't break it. And I'm going to do this side of my face. Just kind of do everywhere. Okay, so I have a couple dots here and there and all around. And now I'm going to do circles to buff it in. It does have a fragrance to it. It's kind of got like a soft, rosy type fragrance. I mean, it smells really good. It kind of smells like my grandma. But it does smell good. So if you don't like fragrances when it comes to foundation and stuff, I do not suggest that you get something like this. Okay, so that's one side. It's covered up quite a bit. I mean, I don't have really bad like acne in the first place, so it doesn't have to cover all that much, but it does cover the little blemishes that I have, and I do have a little bit of redness in my face. That's one side over the other. Then I'm also going to go in on the other side with the loose powder, and we'll see how much coverage it gets. These are both considered full coverage foundation. There is a medium to light coverage, which is their like press foundation, which comes in like just a regular compact with a little spongy looking application thing. So I'm tapping off the excess, and there's like a lot of fallout, but just gonna blot this on. Is that the correct word? Blot. Like a powder going everywhere. Personally, I like the loose foundation better than the liquid. I mean, I just like the lighter, softer fill than like this. It does go in liquid and it dries to a matte, but I still kind of like this better. But I've always been a mineral type girl because the stuff that I used before this was the Bare Minerals, and I was in fairly light, so it just comes, you know, I haven't used this in a while, but it just comes like this. You just use your brush, same thing, same concept, dip it in, go on. I feel like they both are equally as good, like both of these are equally as good, but whenever it comes to the liquid foundation, I've just never been a liquid person, so I can't really say that I like the liquid that much. But it does get the job done. It does have decent coverage, and it does cover everything that I want it to cover. It has a pretty nice fragrance if you like fragrances. I mean, that's up to you. I like it. I don't mind it, but that's totally up to you. I'm going to go in with some bronzer, if I can find it. I've got my big old younique bag that's got all of my younique products in it, and I'm just trying to go through what I can go through. I do use concealer, but I don't use younique's concealer, so I don't really want to tell you, oh, it's good or it's bad, because I don't use it. Right now I use the Sephora concealer. This is in the shade Parfait, whatever. And then you just apply underneath. So I'll just do that. But I just kind of go underneath for brightening up my eyes, because I do have some dark circles that just suck. I am by no means a makeup artist. Or did I go to school to be a makeup artist? I would love to. I actually want to go to school to be an esthetician. But for right now, I'm just doing my thing. So, now that I got all that on there, I'm going to go in with my beauty blender, which is nasty and dirty, holy smokes. But, just going to dampen it just slightly. You don't want it drenched. You just want it just slightly soft. And I'm just going to go pat this in. I have heard really good things about younique's concealer, but then I've also heard, mixed reviews. I've heard that their concealer is pretty much identical to their liquid foundation. It's just like if you were to buy the lightest shade, which is Scarlet, and then you go in and you use Scarlet concealer, it's exactly the same. There's no real difference in dimension. I mean, if you have very, very light coverage that you are trying to cover, like you don't break out at all and you just want to like spot, then I would suggest doing just concealer. I wouldn't do the liquid foundation. It's just too much. So I'm just trying to cover up a couple things. I used to have my lip pierced in the center, so I try to like cover up that hole now. Because that stuff never goes away. Those holes stay forever. So if you want to get a piercing, that hole's forever. Just remember that. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and go in with our bronzer. I have the two different types of bronzer. I have their younique's Beachfront bronzer. This is in the shade Sunset, which is their lightest shade. They have two other ones, which is like a medium, and then another one's like really dark. So I'm going to do one side, that's this, and then another side that is Bare Minerals. So this is the thing. I bought this thinking I was going to like it, and it just goes all over the place. It's all over my hand, all over the compact. I'm just kind of doing the three, up in your hairline, down on your cheekbones, and then underneath. And I don't feel like it really did anything. So I'm gonna go in with, where you at, girl? I'm gonna go in with the Bare Minerals. This is in their shade Warmth, which is, they're like, probably the lightest. I don't quote me on this, but I think it's the lightest of their bronzer shades. I'm just gonna swirl that around. We go in, and I can already see a difference. I don't know if it's just this one has more pigment or what. I just think that this one, like, that you can't even see anything on this side with the younique compared to the Bare Minerals. So I definitely say Bare Minerals all the way for, your bronzer stuff. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different ones out there. I'm just kind of comparing between what I used to use and what I've been previously using, which I might be going back to all my Bare Mineral stuff now that I see like the review between the two. But that is, this side compared to the other side. I should have done the Bare Minerals coverage foundation, but I do know, I'm just trying to even myself up now. I do know that I personally like Bare Minerals all around, so I kind of know what I like between the two, but the highlight is so much different. Well, not highlight, but the bronzer is so much different compared to younique's. But I mean, everybody has their own opinion, so it's up to you if you want to put your opinion in or not. So Next thing I'm going to do is, what am I going to do? I think I'm going to do maybe some eyebrows. I have never done my eyebrows before I started buying younique. And the reason why I bought all this younique stuff is because I used to be a younique consultant, but I ended up going inactive. And I didn't make enough money to want to stay active or go active again. So yeah, that's why I have all this stuff, and I'm giving you my honest review. So if you are looking into wanting to join younique, this could give you like a little insight if you want to do it or if you don't want to do it. I'm not saying it's a bad company. It was a nice company. I just think it had its flaws. And I think some of their products are just not up to par for as much as they want to talk about it. So, I mean, it's totally up to you. If you want to give it a try, what you do is you just go on to any younique presenters page. You go down to join, and you buy the presenter kit for $99, and you get like around $300 worth of products, which is not a bad deal. But sometimes, depending on the month, you could get a different kit than somebody else did. Like, one of my friends is the one who got me involved with younique, and whenever she joined back in, like, I don't know, November of 17, I think, something like that, her presenter's kit was different than mine, and I joined in January of 18. And her kit had a little bit more stuff than mine did. Mine had like a lot of eye products, like eyeshadows and some like eye primer and stuff like that, where hers had like lip gloss and lipstick and had more like lip products, which I was more interested in. I mean, I do like to do eye looks and everything, but at the time I was really getting into like the lipstick thing, like the lipstick scene. So I really wanted to get like a lot more lipstick and lip gloss and lip stains, and I didn't really get that, so I kind of was like lost out. But I did get this eyebrow palette in my kit, and I never really did eyebrows before because my eyebrows are naturally like half decent. Like, they're not horrendous that I had to fill them all the time. But then I just started getting into a habit of it, and I like doing them now. So this is the palette that I got, which is in the blonde. They have blonde, brunette, and black, I think, is the three different shades. And it comes with your top two are your like light and medium for doing from the outside to the center, which would be 1, and then from the center down is 2. And then it also has like a gel set in it, and then you have like a highlight and just like an eyeshadow or a secondary highlight or a blush or whatever. A lot of their products you can versatile because of the ingredients in it. But so I can't really say that I have another eyebrow type product that I can give an honest review, because I never really used a different one before this one. I mean, I've heard a lot about the pencils and the spoolies and all that other stuff, but I've just never really got that into it until just recently. So I might be trying out some new stuff now, but as of right now, I mean, this stuff's good. And then also with my kit, they gave me just about one of every brush except for like the foundation brush, the powder puff brush, and stuff like that. But like all of their like eyeshadow brushes, they gave you all of this stuff in your presenter's kit for $99, which is actually nice because these are pretty good quality brushes. And they all say what they're for, liner and shader brush and crease brush and blending brush and so on and so forth. So I mean, they give you quite a bit of brushes, so that's definitely nice. But they definitely didn't give you anything like for like foundation. You had to buy your own foundation, your own foundation brush, your own concealer. You know, they kind of just gave you like, they gave you a cream eyeshadow, which kind of looks like this. Comes in like another box, just black box. And then it's their splurge. Ooh, spin me around. Splurge eyeshadows. They have a bunch of different colors. So there's that. This is in Unapologetic, which is like a brassy copper gold color. So
the kids are out.
But, you know, I don't mind the Splurge cream eyeshadows. They're just not my favorite. I mean, I just kind of feel that they're pretty hard to apply. Like, once you use your cream shadow brush, I just feel like you should have a lot more pigment on there than what's on there. I mean, I don't know. I feel like they're really hard to work with. So I rarely use these. I have a couple of these. I mean, there's quite a bit in there. If you can see, like it's almost all the way full, and I've used it a couple times. But also, I have received one that was like completely like pulled apart from the container. So I don't know. I just don't prefer them. Another type of eyeshadow they have comes in like an addiction palette like this. It's called an addiction palette. They have a couple different ones. This is in the peachy shade, which is palette number 1. And it's got a pretty good variety. This is kind of like their nudes. But then they also have different palettes that come like this. They're called quad palettes. And this is the one that came with my presenter's kit. So it has, if I can open it, it's got 4 different quad palettes in it. And whenever you get them like individually, and then you pop them in. This is like all magnetized, which is kind of nice. So like if you want to put in different ones, you can put in different ones. It's up to you, but you already have like your quad holder. And these are pretty good size eyeshadows. Like they're not super small, so they are pretty big, and like it's really hard to see in the light. But these ones are all shimmer, these first 3, and then this last one's more of a matte. So the shimmer ones definitely are very shimmery. They do have quite a bit of pigment. Like I use this very end one, which is Optimistic, as more of like a highlight than I use as an eyeshadow. I'll just put it in my inner corners and do my highlight, and that's it. And then the mattes are really nice too. So I mean, it's a give or take with their eyeshadows. I mean, I do like them, but some of them I just feel like they don't have the pigment that they should, and you know. And then I also got this one too, which was one of their Kudos, which is like a monthly thing where they change them, and different products, like you would get this, a brush, and then like a lip gloss or something. But this was one of their Kudos one month, which is like all pinks. And then you have 2 mattes. So it was like more of like a deep purple, kind of almost looked like the other shade. This almost looks like the other shade that was in the other thing. Actually, these 3 are all matte, because this Adored one's kind of matte. And then Unwavering is also like a shimmery type one. I use this one for highlight too, so I kind of go between the 2. So it just is a give or take. I mean, it's just kind of what you prefer. I do have Bare Minerals also in a palette, and I mean, their sizes are a little bit smaller, and it does come with a brush. These ones don't. You have to buy your own brushes. But this one comes with a dual-sided brush, and then it has 8 instead of, like this one has 4. And this one has, I think, 8 too, maybe? I don't know. This one has 7. 7, 8. But like, I mean, ooh, I lost the brush. But like the sizes, I don't know. These are pretty thin and just long, and these ones I feel like are a little bit better. So we'll do one eye of this and one eye of that and see which one you like better. I mean, it's going to be kind of a little different because the shades are obviously not exactly the same, but I'll just do something soft. So I'm going to use the brush that came with the palette. I'm going to do this soft shade for all over my eye. I'm going to try to do colors as close to what's in each palette so you can see kind of both of them. You can hear my kids playing. Just gonna do kind of everywhere. Alrighty. So that's the first eye. Ouch, I just closed my finger in there. Whew. Then I'm gonna go in with the Addiction palette and I'm gonna do in the lightest Elated. I'm gonna just use this deluxe brush. And see, I already feel like I really have to like get in there to get the products. I don't know. I mean, just looking at like myself in the mirror, they look close, but I definitely think that this one, I feel like I didn't have to use as much product compared to this one, and this one looks like it has a little bit more than that one. I mean, it's hard to say just because they are two different palettes and they are two different formulas, but I just wanted to show you, like, you know, Younique over like an actual like Sephora brand. Well, it's not Sephora brand, but you can buy this at Sephora. And then I'm gonna go in and do this like soft brownish color. I'm gonna do this on my lid. Tap off the excess. Ooh, almost went in on the wrong side. Just gonna go from the center of my eye up to my crease. Try to blend it out some. You don't want no harsh lines. Hopefully you guys are hearing me okay, because I feel like I got quieter, as weird as that sounds. So that's the one side, and then for the other side, I'm gonna try to go in. It's kind of hard, because I don't really have one that's close to that. We'll just try. We'll try to do a mix of this like Sincere and Chipper, just because I feel like Chipper alone would just be too dark in general. And I feel like that didn't do anything. Still nothing. Alright, I'm just gonna try Chipper and just see if I can get anything. Anything at all. Whoa. There we go. I mean, I definitely think it blends pretty decent. And it has pretty good pigment to it. I mean, it took me a lot to get it out of like the pan. So it's totally up to you on preference. I know like Bare Minerals has a bunch of different palettes, and so do they. They, you know, you could pick over like more of their quad palettes and stuff. So it's more up to preference. I don't know. I like them both, so I don't really know which one I kind of like more. And I'm gonna go in with this darker shade up here. We'll see. We'll see. Just gonna kind of go in my crease now. Get in there. So it definitely has some pretty good pigment in it. And, you know, this brush isn't the greatest, but I don't mind it. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but it's not bad. And then we're going to go in with Forthright, which is like this deeper. And I'm going to go in with this crease brush, which is, that is a lot of pigment. I don't know if maybe, just depends, I don't know. Maybe different shadows have like more of a pigment than other ones. So I'm just kind of, I definitely like these brushes better than the one that came in the palette. It's just, they're a lot nicer and easier to work with. But I know that you can go in Sephora and get like a whole collection of brushes for probably around the same amount as like 2 or 3 of these brushes. These brushes, I think, are like $12 a piece or something like that. They're awfully expensive. Like, for this brush, for being $32, I feel like it's crazy. Okay. Blowing all that excess off. Alright, I'm going to go in with this shade, which was Optimistic. Like I said, I'm going to just do it in my inner corners. And then I'm also going to use it as my highlight. So I'm just going to use my blending brush just because it's the fluffiest. So I just have it in my inner corner. Tap it off. It does do really well as highlight. I mean, it looks awfully nice. So, I mean, I have had other highlights that I like more than this, because this isn't even like highlight. But, I mean, it definitely does its job as a highlight, and it's not even supposed to be a highlight. I mean, I would use this just as a highlight. Like, if they put this in a compact, like, heck yeah. I know that they do have highlights in compacts and stuff that I think are the same names. Like, I think they have one that's in Optimistic, and I think they have one in Benevolent that's really nice. So, I mean, I've heard great things about their highlights, but I've just never bought one. Because whenever you are a presenter, you still have to buy your own makeup. And you make commission back on it. But, you know, if you don't want to spend $30-some on, you know, individual products, then you're not going to get it. So I feel like with that too, it's kind of hard, because there was a lot of stuff that I just never seen myself wanting to use. Like, I wouldn't wear it, so I wouldn't buy it. And then how do you promote something that you don't have or you don't want to put your money into? So I kind of picked and choose what I bought. Like I bought this, all of the foundations I bought to try out and try to promote and stuff. And yeah, I did get some sales and stuff like that, but not nearly enough to like cover the amount that I was spending. Okay, well, now that I kind of got all this stuff done, let's set it a little bit. Let's just do some stuff. So this is their Behold setting powder, which they have this, or they have another type setting. Ooh, I almost jumped out at me. Ooh, scary. They have another setting product, which is their setting spray. They say that the powder is more for your makeup not coming off onto your clothing. And the spray is more to keep the elements off of your makeup. So I'm just kind of... But anyways, I think I say but anyways a lot. You would just apply this everywhere. I have the mineral veil that Bare Minerals has. So I'll do that on the other side just so you can see the difference. Theirs comes like this. This is a pretty big size. They have like a one size only type thing when it comes to this. So this is their powder, their Behold setting powder. And then for, where's that? There it is. I just have like the travel size of the Bare Minerals, the mineral veil. Same concept. You know, this one has, oh, I don't want it to dump everywhere. This one has like just loose powder, and you just dump a little tiny bit into the cap, like that. Put it down so you don't drop it everywhere, because I know it will. And then you're to put this everywhere on your brush. I mean, I really don't see too much of a difference between the two. I think they both work equally as good, so I would say either or. If you're going to buy one or the other, I would just look at price, see what the price is on the two, because they're both pretty good. If you get like one of the kits, the starter kits for Bare Minerals, you usually get the mineral veil with it, with a foundation and warmth, and then you get a brush too. And I think you get all of it for like $50 some, I think. Don't quote me, it's been a while since I bought it. Where this is, I'm pretty sure, let's look. Pretty sure it's like, like $30 some. Yeah, their setting powder, this right here, the Behold setting powder, is $39. $39. Ooh, focus, come on, focus. Focus. There we go. $39 for just that. So I mean, if you can get that in a kit for $50 some or just this, I would go with that. But I mean, they both work equally as well. So that's totally up to you. It's your preference, you know, whatever you choose. We're gonna go in with some eyeliner now. I like the liquid eyeliner more than I like crayon eyeliner. Like I was saying, between the two, I like more of like a liquid eyeliner than like a Crayola pencil type eyeliner. They have a couple different eyeliners at Younique. They have like your standard crayon with a pencil sharpener, but of course you'd have to buy the pencil sharpener. They have more of like a draw, which is a precision eye liquid eyeliner. So there's that. And then they have more of like a dip and draw that comes in like a splurge, but I've never bought it, so, you know. This has got pretty good precision. I mean, it's okay. I don't prefer the color. This is in the shade Powerful, which is supposed to be like a black, but it is more gray to me. Where this is just dollar store, drugstore, you know, I think it's Maybelline. Maybelline? So I'm pretty sure it's Maybelline, and it's, you know, it's got, it's pretty standard, pretty basic. So I'll do one side with this, I'll do this side with the other side. So we'll see which one's better. Okay, so on this eye, I have Powerful, and I mean, it's just definitely not as bold. Like, this is just the drugstore, like, Maybelline. I'm pretty sure it's Maybelline. And I feel like it's a lot darker, and it's got a lot more preciseness for like a liquid, for this being liquid eyeliner. I feel like this just doesn't look as precise and as nice. I just don't like it that much. So definitely for the price of like this, which I think is like $11 compared to this, which is I'm pretty sure like $9 or $10, I would definitely do this over this, because then also if you get this for, even if it's $11, you still have to pay $5 in shipping, and then it also takes between like 4 to 5 days to process your order, and then an additional 5 to 7 days for it to be shipped to you. So I mean, you could get this right now at your local drugstore, or you can wait like a week or to a week and a half for this. I would go with this for sure. But once again, it's all in preference. If you can get it, like if you're a presenter and you can get it for half off or something, then do it. But if you don't want to, I would just go to a drugstore and get something. Okay, so let's try some mascara. This is where you have a deal breaker for me. I have their Epic Mascara, which this is, let's see, pretty sure this is $22. And then I have, woo, holy moly, I have Makeup Forever. This is Smoky Extravagant. I can't talk today. But this is one of the like free gifts that you get at Sephora. So I tried it out and I really like it. I mean, if you look at the wand, it, you know, it's awfully big, super bristly and brushly. You know what? I quit today. Brushly. What kind of word is brushly? But it's awfully big, and I really like this. I really like this stuff. And then Epic Mascara by Younique. It's pretty standard, but it really has a lot of different, what the hell are they called? Like ridges and stuff in it. So it really separates your lashes and really coats them. So I really do like the Epic Mascara. I mean, they're both really nice. Like, I'm pretty sure that I would consider this like a high-end mascara, which is pretty equivalent to some of the different mascaras that you'd buy at like Sephora or MAC or wherever. So I would definitely say one or the other is perfectly fine. If you can get this, like, say for free, if you're in a contest and they're offering this out for you, I would get this for sure. Like, this is, I would not go without this. But then Younique, they also have, it's called 3D Fiber Lashes. If you guys want a review on these just in themselves, I can definitely do a video on it, because this is more complex and I don't want to go too far into it. And a lot of people have mixed reviews about it because of the fallout and stuff. So if you want to know a video on that, let me know in the comments below and we'll do that. So this is almost empty, so I'm just gonna pretty much do my mascara with just the Epic Mascara, because like I said, they're pretty much almost identical, but I just want to show you how nice this is, because this is definitely my favorite product by Younique. If you have a presenter come up to you and, you know, they're like, oh, you want to buy something off of me, and you actually do want to try out the products for yourself, I would just do this. This is a great product. So this is the Epic Mascara. Okay, and we're back, and I got the mascara on both eyes, top and bottom, so I'll show you a nice closer look. The volume on this is awesome. I also went over this eye too with my other liquid eyeliner, just so it kind of seemed equal. But I can definitely say this is my favorite by far. Favorite product for sure by Younique. So, like I said, if you're looking for something to buy off of an independent consultant, or if you're a consultant in yourself and they don't give you the Epic mascara, get it for sure. It's awesome. And I would say it's just as nice as some of the name brand stuff. Okay, well, let's do two last things. We'll go in with a lipstick and we'll see which one I like better. I do have a couple shades of like liquid lipstick by Younique in the Splash liquid lipstick, because like I said, I was like in a big lipstick fad whenever I started Younique, so I bought a whole bunch of lipsticks. So this is like in Spellbound, which is like the darkest of the dark that they have. It's like almost black, but it's purple. This is in Spontaneous, which is also really dark. This is Sublime, which is like a nude. Ooh, there it is. Which is like a nude, and it's probably one of my favorites that they have because I really like nude type looks. But then they also do have more of like your roll up, if I can find it, more of like your roll up lipsticks. I gotta find one. Let's see, word. Here we go. Like this, rolls up. This is in the shade Stuck Up, and they have really pretty packaging. Like their lipsticks are really pretty. It just says Younique, and then just like the actual packaging itself, it's just black, and then it has, you know, your engravement on it. So this one does not have, why does it look like it has glitter on it? It's just looks like sweat particles. Maybe not sweat particles, but looks like it has moisture on it. So I'm gonna do this, and then as a comparison, I'm gonna go in with Bare Minerals lipstick. This is in called Breakaway. Breakaway. Ooh, come on, focus. There we go. And this one's got pretty nice packaging, kind of like a silvery. You just push this up and it comes out. And then I've used this quite a bit, so it's kind of flat. I don't know why it'd be flat, but it's kind of close in color, so we're going to try to do a color difference. Maybe not so much color difference, but let's see which one looks better. So I'm going to do this on one side and the other on the other side. So, first thing about this, it's extremely sticky. Extremely sticky. And this one doesn't have a thing on it. If you are to look at any type of makeup that you own, you will see a little container. Come on, focus. Maybe I'll have to do it on something bigger. On any makeup that you have, there will be a little container on the box or on the container itself right here. Come on, focus, guy, focus. Right there. And it'll say on it, this one says 12 months. And what it means by 12 months is from the time that you open it, 12 months later, then it is not recommended for use anymore. Not saying that it's not good anymore, but it's just not recommended for use anymore. So, I mean, if you want to use it past the date, you can, but it's not recommended according to company. And absolutely every single, you know, thing has it on it. So this is the Stuck Up in the Younique. And I can definitely say, ooh, I got it out there. I can definitely say this Younique one goes on a lot more softer, a lot more smoother. Like, just as me talking, you can see this side is sticking. And it's like, this side just feels so much better. So I definitely can say that I like the younique roll-up the roll-up lipstick over the Bare Minerals lipstick. I mean, Bare Minerals probably has different lipsticks, but this is the only one I have. And it just has like a sticky feeling to it. And I even have it on my teeth on this side. Where on this side I don't. I know that's a good look, huh? But for the color, this one has more of a gloss. Oh, I still have it in my teeth. Honey, oh my God. That's better. But, I mean, I definitely like the younique better than the other. I do really like the Splash Liquid Lipsticks by younique. So if you are looking into like a liquid lipstick, it's really good too. And then the last thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to set my face with setting spray. I don't usually do blush. I do have a blush by younique, and I only have one. And it is extremely pigmented, so it's a pretty good blush, but I'm not a huge blush person, so I'm not going to really give you a review on a different product because I don't buy different blushes. But I'm just spraying this all over. This has a pretty good like spray range. And I mean, it went like all the way out to here, and it was a pretty good like long spray. So I can definitely say I do like this a lot. Probably in comparison to like some of the other ones that you get at Sephora, it's probably as nice as the other ones. I don't know the price difference on that, but it's still really nice. And that's pretty much all I have for today. This is like my finished look. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!